Welcome, and thank you for coming in this night. I was thinking, not sleeping, will there be any at my show, but yes, there are. Lovely. I'm Johan. I'm a special educator for the visually and hearing impaired in Haninge municipality. As you can see in the program, I've been working in another municipality until 4 months ago. So I have been in Haninge for 4 months. Yeah, as you can hear, maybe I'm deaf. I'm having hearing aids. Without them, I don't hear anything at all. So when you are going to ask me, you have to have your arm so I can see who is asking. Okay? My background is I have been working with in schools for hard of hearing, with or without ASD, deafblind, which is an own disabled combination. It's hard of hearing and visually impaired. And you can have ASD or not. And hard of hearing and intellectually retarded, plus minus ASD. You asked me if I'm going to talk about hard of hearing perspective. No, I'm going to talk about how it is when you are hearing. So I think all of you meet students who are pupils who are hearing. I'm going to talk about how teachers can better keep their strength and work until retirement age by knowing more about effects of sounds and noise. After this section, you can go home or to your work and change how you do. And it's for all students and for you. I'm talking about what I have seen in Sweden. I don't know how it is in other countries. But I do know that sound in a teaching environment have to be discovered to not let them overvoice what should be heard. The pupils' questions and answers, and the teachers' questions and answers. This is a speech banana. It describes where in the sound. This scale is decibel, and this is hertz, frequency in hertz. This is low tones, and this is high tones. Okay, so the higher tones, the human ear only hear between 250 and 5,000, 8,000. We can feel higher. You know a dog whistle. You can feel it. And if you have 125 frequency, you feel it like vibration. Okay. So if I say the sound of S, it's bright. And it's not strong. It's not high in volume. This is the English version. I think the Swedish version is a bit better, easier to explain. You see, up here, you have a normal hearing. You hear every sound here. And then you have the speaking high volume is about 30 to 60 decibels. That's what your body can manage to speak. Okay, and you have the consonants here. Is it consonants in English? And some bit b, d, g is here, and sh is here. Bright and easy to sound over. I'm going to talk about sound explanation. There have been they have asked a lot of personnel in Swedish preschool how they experience the sound at work. They have an average explanation of 71 decibel on the whole day. 71 decibel. And in the industry, if you have a sound higher than 80 decibel, you have to have hearing protection. So we have preschool staff almost needs hearing protection, and they are only with children, not machines or in the factory. They have a lower hearing level than the reference population. The reference population is those who not work in preschool. They have a hearing loss. They get hearing loss because they work in preschool. Do you recognize yourself? 31% have tinnitus. Anyone feels the same? 18% have hoarseness, hard to speak. In primary school, there was 13% feeling hoarseness. And 52% of the staff in preschool have increasing sound sensitivity. When they come home, they don't want any sound. Okay? Recognize that? Okay. That's not good. What sound do we hear best? What do you think?
A baby crying.
Babies crying, it's almost right.
Okay.
Almost right. I think you understand why later. More suggestions. Yes?
Low tones,
Low tone.
like male voices instead of...
Male voices. Male voices. Speech. That's why baby's voice is right. The speech is what our head are developed to hear. This is just a port in, and this is a port too. But it's the brain that hears. In Swedish, it's called ljudmiljö. In English, I don't know the word, but sound environment effects grades. A pupil, all pupils in school that have high sounds, that overvoice speech, gets lower grades, lägre betyg. than necessary. A school with high sounds that overworks speeching sound gets a lower average grade. So the school gets worse grades. In Sweden, it's parents who choose school for their children, and a school who don't have a good grade average will not be chosen. So we are talking money. It's harder to keep concentration in a noisy environment than in a silent environment. And we think it's quite heavy to concentrate, right? But the children have much more, they are more challenged by noise than we are. And that affects children with hard of hearing, reading and writing difficulties, ASD. You know ASD? AST, you say in Swedish. Autism, Asperger. If you have severe visual impairment, or if you are blind, because you want to hear what you don't see. And then it's really important that you can hear what you have to hear. And children with other mother's language than spoken in the classroom. So if you have children who talk another language at home, the time they are in school and get Swedish or English, or that's the time they get it. So then it has to be good quality. Disturbing sound environments can occur less concentration, sleep, psychological stress reactions like high blood pressure, tiredness, and headache. How many of you go home with headache? Noise can also make it harder to hear speech, learning, and to understand what you read. So if a child is going to be, if you wonder if a child has dyslexia, then you have to think about the situation. Maybe it's noisy, and that's why she can't concentrate. Okay? Noise challenge short-time memory. Is it the right name? Okay. Persons who are new in the language, it could be refugees, newly moved into a new country, and so on, and children. They all the time develop the lingual skills and vocabulary. But it's with the vocabulary and experience they guess what others say. You know. So if you have a less vocabulary, then you cannot guess as good if you have more words. So I think do you work as teachers? I want you to sound like a class.
Right now.
Thank you. I said this. Do you know what food it is today? You didn't hear all of it. If you heard this You heard my vocals, but not the consonants. The consonants is 90% of the information, and the vocals are 10% of the information. So when you talk to a crowd that sounds, you don't have to talk, because they don't hear what you say. They don't hear what you mean anyway. And yes, that's what we think. I said that clearly, and I heard it because I was here, but you were there and you not heard it. Okay. It takes all the strength, your strength, to hear what is said. Afterwards, you don't remember what was said. Have you had a class and talked to the class, and then you are going to do that and that, and then you are finished, and then when some people ask, what are we going to do? Maybe we have to consider how the situation looks. Which sounds challenge speech sound? This is our classroom at work. The sounds is in Swedish, but I think you understand the sounds. Echo, sur, sur, from the ventilation, the door is open, and so on. I would like you to be in my work, and have my work for a minute. What do you want to change? What do you want to go into the picture and change?
The echo, maybe?
The echo?
Yeah.
Yes,
If you could.
absolutely. Echo.
Need to shut the door.
Shut the door, it's good.
Tell the kid in red to put the plastic bag away or whatever that is.
This,
Yeah.
okay, yes, more.
Sounds from the chairs.
Yeah, yes, you mean this?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
So step out of the light so that
The
the
light.
child can see your face.
yeah. You mean that or,
The daylight.
The light.
The shadow
yeah,
so they can see.
Can she stand here?
No.
Now, where do you want her?
Ideally in front of the people.
In front
With the
of,
hearing.
here. Okay.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. So if she goes from there to close the door and stay there, to have the closed door and she's standing right. Okay? Then Johan.
Facing the children maybe would be good.
Well,
She's not facing.
no, she's not facing them. No, absolutely. Good.
Just a question.
This is a broken ventilation. What do we do when it's broken? We open the door. So we have to tell the school leading, fix the ventilation. Okay? So the echo, yes, move the teacher here, and when you close the door, you have to look. It's this. So the sound stays here and not coming in from there. You have to be both on the sound. Okay? Good. You found all the scrap, sleeping, but this is not. It's not good. You have to put something on. easy. I say IKEA and the small dots on this. And here we have done all that. You should not understand this picture as we have taken away all the pupils. No. They are here. They are here. The lamps are good. These clamps in the ceiling. I want to say about carpet and curtains. It's to pimp a bad room. We shall require that the rooms are good without carpets and curtains. Okay? We rent in Sweden anyway, in Haninge. We rent our rooms and then we shall have good rooms. Not to develop by your own, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is the room. But we have all the other rooms. This is a school, trust. This is a room, a classroom, and they are having high reading. It's important for the other pupils to hear what he says. But in the next room, they are doing something else. Then this wall have to be keeping the sound out. And these pupils have, some teachers said, okay, you can go. But is that okay? You have to be, the teachers group have to communicate when is the classes and when is it a break, you know? There are aircraft outside. Often you build schools close to an airport, then you build a shield. They're much more stronger. I know in Germany they looked at a school who was close to an airport, and the students felt worse, and they had lower grades. And then they moved the school away from the airport, and the grades went up at once. Interesting. It concerns all. It concerns all. The rooms in preschool and school should be developed so it's possible to talk and interact. What is cut for all people that hear? Sounds that appears in the same time as a person's speech, if the person wants to be heard. Okay? So now you are completely quiet. And that's because you want to hear me. But as soon as the sound starts, then it happens something with all of us. I'm finished now. I used to have this symbol when I quit my lessons because I want every children to know and have heard the question from the teacher and know the answer. That's why I have this picture. Now, do you have any question? Okay. Yes?
Just as you when you were a pupil, what kind of things did they do for you so you could hear better?
But when I was a kid, we used loops and microphone stuff. Yes. But what happens if you have a loop and a microphone is the distance between the mouth and my ear is not 5 meters, it's 10 centimeters. So I don't hear better, but I hear closer. And so it's now 2. So not better, but closer. More questions?
Is there a push for sound amplification in every classroom for teachers?
Is it?
Is there sound, like microphones and speakers, that are used in any classrooms for the teacher to be able to increase their volume?
There are some schools that have microphones for hearing people, absolutely.
And
but it's not very common.
And has there been any research that showed that to be effective at all? You know it's a good effect of having this. But I don't know if the schools hesitate or don't afford it or don't think it's good. But I know there are schools that have these systems in all classrooms. So maybe we have it soon. Because it's going to save teachers' voices. I can feel now. Okay, I'm nervous. I'm not very used to talk English, and you are very many. So it affects my voice. Absolutely. More questions? Have you learned something? Yes. Okay, good. What are you going to change at home?
In our class.
In our classroom. In your classroom. Yes. Because what I didn't talk about in this situation, we talked about her standing here. It's very important to have a stage. You have to take the stage as a teacher, and you have to stand still. Because if the pupils understands, when he stands there, he talks to everybody. But if I'm going around and talk to you, blah, 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 and then blah, 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 to everyone, then you never relax. And then you get ADHD and you get So if you stand from here to everybody, then they know they can relax. Okay? Good. Now, thank you for listening.